Which defensive player absolutely shined in Week 3? What team dropped to 32nd in my power rankings? Find all that out and more on this week's episode of Winners and Losers. Hi guys, I'm Chase Keller and welcome to this Week 3 Winners and Losers video. If you're new to this series, in this video I go over a player winner, a player loser, a team winner, a team loser, and a question mark of Week 3. I won't keep y'all for much longer. Let's get started with the player winner of the week. So, I've seen some dominating defensive performances before. I had Jesse Bates as my Week 1 player winner of the week as he forced 2 interceptions in one game. Now, bring in nearly the same scenario, add 2 sacks to the total, and you have the Week 3 performance of Bills linebacker Terrel Bernard. He brought a sack, then an interception, then another sack, then a fumble recovery, all in basically just 3 quarters. Bernard entered the season as a 60 overall, which on my board is a 3rd string caliber player. He hadn't done wonders this season up until Week 3, which was an absolute dominant performance. Along with the 2 turnovers and 2 sacks, he also tallied 7 tackles, 5 of them being solo. Let's discuss the film on Bernard. This first play ends up in a 10-yard loss on a Bernard sack. Pretty good play call here, as instead of a usual linebacker blitz, the Bills send Bernard behind Milano. The Commanders fail to pick him up, and he gets a fairly easy sack. Yet, I want to focus on how athletic and smart Bernard looked on this play. He finds the hole in the line, perfectly sets up his sack, and doesn't have to come close to worrying about a missed tackle. Great play call and even better execution by Bernard. This next play was Bernard's other sack, this one being his first of the day. On 2nd and 18, the Bills send Bernard in on a blitz, this time by himself. Bernard was stopped, but he does a great job at recognizing the play, deconstructing the block, and making the tackle. As I said before, Bernard had no problem making tackles as he had 5 solo in this matchup. Finally, this is more about the traits of Bernard. Here on his interception, Bernard makes a great play athletically, staying in his zone and getting vertical for the interception. Nice read and nice athleticism showcased. I'm not the biggest fan of Bernard as a starting linebacker, but he absolutely balled out on Sunday and deserved this rating climb. Bernard is my Week 3 player winner of the week. I had a lot of quarterbacks in the running for player loser of the week, so it should be no surprise that a quarterback won this award. Let's actually stick in the same game. Commanders signal caller Sam Howell is my player loser of the week. He compiled 19 of 29 passing, 170 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. He also tallied an 18-yard carry. Howell had begun his career with 4 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions in 3 games. At some points, he looked flashy, poised, and sneakily mobile. Now, I understand that the Bills' defense is one of, if not, the NFL's best, but this is not your typical quarterback performance. It's one that Howell is definitely going to want back, and his momentum towards being a starting caliber quarterback has lost some of its ground. So, what generally looked bad? Let's begin with his under pressure decision making. On this hurry up 3rd and 2, Howell has 5 targets, 4 of which are going 10 yards or further. The only one sticking back is Antonio Gibson, which to Howell's surprise is being man covered by the safety Micah Hyde, who started the play 10 yards back from the line of scrimmage. So when Howell receives pressure from an unblocked AJ Epinesa, he forces a throw out to Gibson, who at this point is shadowed by Hyde. Immediate regret settles in as Hyde easily picks the ball off. Terrible decision here by Howell, and even taking an intentional grounding would be a better choice. Next, let's discuss his overall poise. Crucial 4th down play here, where Washington draws up a play action and attempt to throw off the Bills defense. On this play action, Howell receives an extra block from back Brian Robinson, who somewhat succeeds at his job, but the main focus here is the tight end crossers, where John Bates actually ended up open on busted man coverage from Micah Hyde. but instead of accurately finding him for the touchdown, he fades away on the pass due to the pressure, targets a shadowed Cole Turner, and makes an ugly throw. Finally, Sam Howell threw a pick six to AJ Epinesa in the fourth quarter, Epinesa's first career interception. Howell missed a wide open Jahan Dotson on this play, but even after that, he scrambles out of the pocket despite minimal pressure, then tries to hit Dotson despite Epinesa being right in the passing lane, and he throws it directly into the jumping defensive lineman. Even if he wasn't there, this throw looked like it went behind Dotson. Sam Howell looked pretty messy on Sunday, but it's the momentum that he lost that had him win, or I guess you could say lose, the Player Loser of the Week award. With a week full of blowout wins, there were a lot of candidates for Team Winner of the Week, but the team I picked didn't win because of their point differential, they won because of their upset. The Arizona Cardinals are the Week 3 Team Winner of the Week. They beat a very hot Dallas Cowboys team 28-16, showing out everywhere, primarily on defense. The Cardinals just overall showed a lot of dominance on Sunday, and that's why they won this award over a ton of teams that just blew out their opponents. I don't even want to say that this is based off of only this week. The Commanders and the Giants had to fight for their wins over Arizona. This win was coming for the Cardinals, and with a combination of the first 2 weeks' results, they jumped their way up to the Week 3 Team Winner. Here's what the Cardinals did so well on Sunday. First, this wouldn't have happened without a surprisingly great performance from Joshua Dobbs. Last season, Dobbs registered 44 rushing yards in 2 games with Tennessee. He had that same amount on this one run here, where Arizona calls up a read option that gets 2 tight ends blocking outside for Dobbs. He shows some very nice vision and athleticism here, outrunning safety Donovan Wilson and nearly breaking Deron Bland's tackle. He would not go down without a fight. The run game just got going in this one, with 222 total rushing yards in this game. James Conner contributed to 98 of those, 26 coming on this run right here. This was some good blocking by Arizona, which I also really liked in this game, but Conner showed some great shiftiness and vision here. I liked what he did behind the line of scrimmage, but he gained an extra 11 yards by faking and making contact with Ron Curse. I love this run not only because he refused to go down, but also because he wouldn't have gotten there without vision and patience. Finally, let's look at what Arizona did on defense. This was the game-clinching interception where Arizona lined up in a goal-to-go cover 2 defense. The corners are in man, the left safety is covering Pollard, and the second is in a zone. Actually, none of those guys actually matter here. Brandon Cooks is going to run a mesh crosser to the back of the end zone and beats his man, but linebacker Kaiser White is there to cover the passing lane. If White is not there, the Cowboys score. Instead, White makes the play and all but clinches the win for Arizona. So, Arizona defied the odds. They beat the Dallas Cowboys and showed that they are not the worst team in the NFL. If you want to know who the worst team in the NFL is, go check out my power rankings on my Patreon in the description below. Anyways, for that reason, Arizona receives Team Winner of the Week. The opposite end of blowouts were also considered for Team Loser of the Week. A lot of people would go Dallas as the Team Loser of the Week since they lost to an Arizona Cardinals team, but I'm going to go against that actually. My Team Loser of the Week is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They took a 37-17 loss to the Houston Texans, who actually looked very dominant against them. Even then, Jacksonville missed a lot of opportunities as they now sit 3rd in the AFC South standings, not last because the Tennessee Titans have yet to play a divisional matchup. Jacksonville was nearly my Team Loser last week, being the runner-up to the Denver Broncos, who are actually runner-ups this week. Anyways, Jacksonville struggled to get much going on offense, with Trevor Lawrence struggling yet again. Defense was an obvious hit, as they allowed 37 to the CJ Stroud-led Houston Texans. So, where did it all go wrong? It starts with Trevor Lawrence, who went 27 for 40 for 279 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Lawrence struggled to convert on several clutch passing plays, including this one here, where he tries to force a throw to Jamal Agnew while down 14. In this play, Lawrence had a check down to Dearness Johnson, which was a better option than Agnew here. and it may be a stretch, but he also had going deep that could have been great with a good pass. On defense, they obviously allowed 37 to the Texans, but on film, it seems as if Bobby Slowick and the Texans just outplayed them. This deep touchdown to Tank Dell is a cover 1 blitz that sent the lineman and linebacker Foyosade Olukun, and that mistake left the outsides wide open. Dell gets to the outside, and lo and behold, he is wide freaking open. If this wasn't the idea, busted coverage left it wide open. Crazy. This pass was the nail in the coffin to a Texans blowout. The Jaguars immensely struggled on both ends of the ball in this game. This was 100% not expected, but it was less the Houston Texans playing well and more the Jaguars playing bad. Jacksonville receives the Week 3 Team Loser of the Week. Finally, it's time for the question mark of the week. The 3 finalists were a player, a set of players, and a whole team. I decided to go with the player, as Jordan Love is my question mark of the week. Love finished 22 for 44 passing, 259 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. On the ground, he displayed a career-high 39 rushes for 39 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Love looked phenomenal in the 4th quarter against New Orleans, which completely flips the script compared to their last week game against the Atlanta Falcons. Green Bay had a 90% chance to win last week and lost, and this week they overcame a 4% chance to win and won. This is inconsistency at its best. Green Bay could arguably be 3-0 if it wasn't for Jordan Love kind of choking in the Week 2 game, but they could be 1-2 if Jordan Love didn't come back and win this Week 3 game. At his best, Jordan Love looks poised with nice mobility to tag on to his ability to hit receivers at all 3 levels of the field. At his worst, Love looks like a backup quarterback with piss poor accuracy and arm strength. Everyone knows that since this is his first year playing, he's going to have some flaws. With how inconsistent his play is, I don't know what end of the stick Green Bay is going to get, not just for this year, but for upcoming years as well. Green Bay fans, you should have your next franchise quarterback. It's just up in the air whether he's the next Aaron Rodgers or the next Lynn Dickey. For that reason, Jordan Love is the Week 3 question mark of the week. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I release a winners and losers episode every week, as well as a weekly preview, so if you're not subscribed, you're missing out. Once again, I'm Chase Keller from Chase Keller Journalism, and thank you guys so much for choosing this channel as your source of sports coverage. I'll see you guys in the next video.